Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host, Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co-author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Shajen Joy Aziz. Shajen is an international best-selling author, educator, and a speaker. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Shajen Joy Aziz. Shajen, welcome.
Hi, thank you. It's so nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who were you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
I was 12 years old. I was surrounded at the time with my friends because I was spending the night, and the mother of the friend I was with was the head of the rescue squad in our town. And she woke me up in the middle of the night and her husband to tell me that my mother was just killed in a car accident and that she didn't go to pick up my mom. She stayed to be with me. And that was my life-changing moment.
What are the top 3 reasons why do people fail?
The top 3 reasons people fail are because they don't believe in themselves and they don't think they're worth it and don't deserve it. And I think those are the top 3 reasons people fail.
What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
That's such a good question. My greatest failure story is giving all my power away and allowing other people to control my finances and my business world, and losing all of my money and my power within that process. And what I learned from it was everything, which was to be in control of my own process, my own money, my own life, my power, my voice, and to help people do the same for themselves, which is to honor who they are. And to speak their truth passionately and compassionately and get their needs met.
What are your top 3 success secrets that others can model from?
Top 3 success secrets. So it's 4 actually, and I'm going to share them. So it's insight, intention, integrity, and involvement. And when you have clear insight and you're listening to yourself and you have awareness, that allows you to have intention around what you want to do, to be really clear on what your purpose is and what's important to you. So you have insight, you have intention, and then you have integrity, which is you know what you need to do. And so you need to follow through on those things. It's follow through on what you know is true for you. And that's really how you do it. And then the 4th is involvement, because when you have insight, intention, integrity, and you involve yourself fully in those 3 things, you actually get to learn how to live a life you love. It's like surfing a wave and being a surfer. You know, you're sitting out there waiting for that wave to come. And not every surfer chooses the same wave because they're not all for them. So they have to listen deeply to their insight to feel that flow, which wave is for them. Then, with really clear intention to get to the sand, to the shore, they have to hop on that surfboard, right? And they have to ride that wave with full integrity, meaning being really in that wave, on that wave, connected to it in all ways, and being completely involved in that. And that is one of the secrets to living a life you love and being successful. The 4 I's: insight, intention, integrity, and involvement.
What motivates you within?
Children motivate me within because we all come from there. It's the same experience that everyone has, and children really are our future, and they're here now. And when we can really understand that they live huge lives that are as big as ours as grown-ups, if not bigger. And so to really care for the children, to love the children, to care for them, to keep them safe so that they can grow into who they really are, instead of as adults needing to recondition their minds and emotions because of trauma or people doing things to them that they can't help, or being taught things that aren't really true, because our school systems are still struggling with that as well. So it's about the children to me. That's what lights me up and inspires me. And when I can help adults be their best, then they get to be the village for the children in their community.
What is your company's motto?
Discover the gift is why we're here. To discover your gift and share it with others.
Who is your ideal client?
Those that are ready to step into their awakening, to step into their purpose and their gifts. Those that are ready to solidify their teams around the same mission. And those that want to help others do the same, who are ready to become certified life coaches and really step into leadership roles within their own communities.
How do you find your ideal client?
By being me, by being authentic, by being real, by showing up, by honoring that you don't have to be perfect to play, but you need to show up to the places that you want to have a life in. And that's really important.
How do you engage your ideal client?
Through conversation, through authentic dialogue, through gifts, through sharing with them, through being of value. I think that's one of the most important things as leaders that we can do for others is be of value. First, do no harm. Second, be of value.
What are your well-defined products or services?
My well-defined products are my book, my movie, my life coaching certification program, and my life coaching and mentoring.
Can I see your book, please, and why someone should read it? What they will gain?
This is Discover the Gift. It's why we're here, and what you're going to get out of it is a story of tragedy to triumph. You're going to get the story of my brother and myself growing up and losing everything when we were very young. We lost our mother to a car accident, our house to fire, our stepfather to divorce, and ultimately each other. And what happened was when we started healing our family, which really is about healing yourself, it's about forgiveness. And forgiveness, I think sometimes people miss it. Forgiveness is for you. It's to create space in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit, so that you can fill it with what you desire. And when you forgive, you create more space for love, period. And so forgiveness is for you. You want to forgive people so that you feel better, so you have a better life. And so it's about that. And there's 8 steps to unfolding and discovering your gift. So really understanding that the gift can show up in many forms. I often talk about the Amber Alert system when I'm speaking in public arenas. And the Amber Alert system came out of one family's biggest tragedy, which was their child was abducted. And I can't even imagine. I have a daughter, and what they did with that was they created a gift for ultimately the world, first the United States and now the world, where people can find their children as fast as possible because alert systems go out. So the gift can be anything from the gift of your adversity to the gift of your talent, the gift of your uniqueness, the gift of your ability to share love, to volunteer, to dance, to write, to sing, to make music, whatever that is that lights you up and inspires you. When you dive fully into that, you inspire those around you to do the same. And so I encourage you all to dive in deeply and discover your gifts. It's why we're here. And discover the gifts of your adversity, because it helps you heal and it helps those around you in your sphere do the same.
Why someone should buy from you?
Someone should buy from me because it's for them. I created Discover the Gift for the 6-year-old to the 106-year-old. It's a journey into the depths of who you are, and then out of pain and into love and into healing. And that's why it's for you. It's for everyone.
How do you crush your competition?
I crush my competition by not thinking about my competition. I just think about being really real and showing up for those who are ready to receive the messages and the products and the services that I have to offer. And that seems to work really well. And I honor my competition. I want them to rise. I want them to shine, because the more people that we reach together, the better we are as a whole.
How do you deliver a 5-star client experience?
By showing up fully, by being present, by having integrity, by following through, by being clear, by asking if they're coachable, if they're ready for the work. There are many ways I create a 5-star client experience.
How do you use your sales proposals to close more deals?
I don't. So it's a great question. What I really do is I show up as myself and I share my work and I help others, and word of mouth has really become the way in which my business has thrived and continues to do so.
How do you convert your clients into your brand ambassadors?
Oh, great question. What happens in the process of reading Discover the Gift, watching the movie, and the real curriculum is watch the movie, read the book, watch the movie again, and you'll discover a whole other level. The movie is in the book. The book is like this, the book. And the movie is a tiny, tiny bit of the book. So the book is more wisdom, more story of understanding how no matter where you're at in life, you too can take the next steps into feeling better, discovering your gifts and sharing them with others. And that's how.
How do you handle an angry client?
Oh, such a good question. I really listen to them and I validate their experience and I try to understand it. And I've only ever had one angry client. And ultimately, I just listen. And I think that's really important. I think a lot of people in this world don't feel heard or validated for their experience. And so I don't make them wrong. Actually, I make them right for their experience, and I want to understand more fully what happened so that I can learn and do it differently next time. And that angry client ended up becoming someone who ended up working with me for many, many years after, which was really interesting. And we both learned so much from it. And what it is validating people's experience, just sitting back and listening. And sometimes that has a magic all its own.
We are about to move into lightning round. That means quick question and quick answer. Are you ready?
Okay, I am ready. Let's go.
What are you grateful for today?
Life, my family, my friends, everyone.
How do you start your day?
I start my day every morning with a morning meditation, lemon water first, and then morning meditation.
How young are you?
I am 52.
You are not 52. You are 18 years old with a 34 years experience.
Woohoo, we'll take it.
What you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be an artist and a professional paddleboarder.
What is your plan to achieve your goal?
My plan to achieve my goal is to learn how to relax more, learn how to sink in more, and learn how to allow more.
How will you feel in case you don't achieve your goal?
I will feel okay, because then that will be it's not always the goal, it's the journey that really brings you along to the things that are meant for you. So I believe that I will feel good about it because the journey is what I'm interested in.
How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
Breathing, breath, learning to breathe, learning to accept those things you cannot change.
What is the advice you will give to younger yourself?
Trust yourself, you know the way.
Once you have a revenue generating, once you have a revenue generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
That's a good question. It's hard and not easy. So you convince them by being lit up and inspired by it, by showing that you have energy to follow it through all the way to the end. and that it's something that's really important to you and a priority. Really looking at your passions. I don't know if anyone out there has ever done the passion test by Chris and Janet Atwood, but it's an incredible, incredible book. And that is one of my life-changing books. And I know Chris and Janet very well. They're wonderful people, but it really helps you discover your top 5 passions. And so by really looking at what your top 5 passions are, allows you to continually be choosing always in favor of them. So when in doubt, choose in favor of your passions and your gifts.
Who is your living mentor and what's the impact?
My living mentors, that's a great question. I have 2 living mentors right now. I would say Dr. Barbara DeAngelis and Janet Atwood, who wrote the Passion Test, who I just mentioned. And there are 2 women who are writers and transformational leaders who I looked up to when I was young, and I read all their work. And as I grew up, I got to have them in my work and be connected with them as women and as friends. And that has been one of the most beautiful experiences, from women I looked up to women I now call friends.
Shajen, I love to interview your mentors. Is it possible to have an introduction to them?
Yes, I would love to introduce you to them.
Thank you.
You're
Why
welcome.
being impactful is important to you?
Because, it's one person, one family, one community at a time changes the world. That's what's important. And it's about being the village for the children. It's about being the village for the women, for the fathers, because we're all human and we're having a human experience together. And I think it's important that we create the best possible groundwork for the children to thrive.
What do you want to be remembered for?
Creating a better world, helping you feel better about yourself so your family feels better about themselves.
How can we support you?
Doing just what you're doing now, sharing me, listening and helping others discover theirs, and sharing other people. I love what you're doing. I think it's beautiful, and you're showcasing people who are making a difference in the lives of others.
We are about to wrap up. I like to have your few words about today's guest experience on the show. Here's my question. What would you say about your today's guest experience on the show?
I love being a guest on your show. You're warm and welcoming. You're professional. You really help the process feel smooth. And I love your questions. They activate within me more of my own questions. And I really believe the quality of the questions we ask determines the quality of the lives we live. So you do that. You bring out wonderful, deep questions that have a lot of places to go.
What would you say as a final word?
That it's really important that everyone who's watching and listening right now, that you really trust yourself, your positive inner wisdom, and you follow through on what you know to be true for you, because it's why we're here. You are a gift to this world, and you make a difference, and you matter to those in your sphere. And remember, it's one person, one family, one community at a time. That's what makes a difference, and that's what changes the world.
Thank you so much, Shajen, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth of Seekers community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is
Thank
Mohammed
you.
signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.
Thank you so much.